The difference between anti-ICE activists and ICE is getting horrifyingly smaller, as after they use secret encrypted chats to train, plan, and attack US forces, they're now recruiting kids to walk out of classes and march on their behalf. In California, what looks to be teenagers are taking the streets. But in New York City, it looks like they're brainwashing their preschoolers.
My name is Dr. Canton. I am the director here at the Chloe Day School here in Harlem, New York. As today is a national day of protest, it's too cold outside for us to go outside and protest. Our teachers cannot walk off the job and leave our children unsupervised. So today, we decided in solidarity, we will support all those who are out protesting against the violence that we see and the harm that we see happening to our friends. What do we want to say? Stop the pain. Right. What do we want to tell people? Enough, stop hurting people.
And all the way back to San Francisco, they're doing the same.
Choose kindness.
Where it appears they even escorted these kids to march out in the streets. Every single parent seeing this should immediately take their kid out of that school and sue them for endangering them, as the adult-to-student ratio looks something like 20-1. Now in a closed classroom setting, that's perfectly fine, but marching alongside the street on behalf of a movement the kids will have absolutely zero impact over is so insanely dangerous and meaningless, I imagine that school loses its insurance tomorrow. As best case, they capture some footage to gain clout for the adults' social media accounts. Worst case, a couple kids wander off in the chaos and get run over. And over in LA, that's exactly what these students are asking for, sprinting out into the streets to stop ICE. And back east, it's even worse, as they straight block these icy streets. Now, at least in Georgia, when the kids tried to leave, they were marched right back into class. But in other parts of the state, they're nearly being run over, as homeschooling has never looked smarter.
I just want to say how very sorry I am for
She should be locked up until she tells us what happened.
The truth is that I want an answer just as bad as all of you.
We're talking about 17 kids in one classroom. I want to know what happened in that classroom. Why just her classroom? Why only her?
Children! I love those kids.
This is a true story that happened right here in my town. A lot of people die in a lot of really weird ways in this story, but you're not going to find it in the news.
And yet, this is another reason why people say, why would you send your children to your enemies to get taught? Psalms 83. I guess New York is the tether capital or something, because I swear it's always some tether activity going on there. Very interesting that the tether activities have gotten into Atlanta, but I found out that a lot of the places where actual Black Americans are, they've flooded with a bunch of tethers and Africans and things of that nature. And so I see a lot of that spilling over into your children, because what a lot of people don't understand is there's a lot of cultural differences going on, right? So they have a leftist mentality mindset where they feel like they have the rights as children as a white American, and so they're gonna run out there and put their lives on the line, not thinking about, or how about instead of me saying it, let me just show you. I didn't find the exact stuff that I wanted to find, but me actually spending quite a bit of childhood in Atlanta, these cops don't care like that. And it's just really interesting how these tethers can teach American children to go against the government and not even stand up for the rights of Americans. Did you notice that they don't have that same energy for Black History Month? They don't have that same energy for the actual Black Americans that are actually living and breathing today. The Black Americans that ancestors fought for their freedoms today. Did you notice they don't have that same energy? Did you notice they don't have that same energy for reparations? And did you notice that they're also teaching your children to have the same tether mindset as they do? When you come from a country where you don't really have law enforcement's not really enforced, accountability is not enforced in the community and stuff like that. This is why you have tethers in illegal immigrants in positions that they're not supposed to be in, teaching your children life lessons based upon their life experiences, which have nothing to do with Americans. So their life experiences of going and hooting and hollering in the street with no accountability and no consequences from law enforcement is not the same reality that is here in this state, in this soil. So while your child's mind is the most being able to be manipulated, you are now giving your children to extremists with extremist views. But this is once again pointing out why illegal birthright citizenship needs to be eliminated. It needs to be re-examined for everybody that is not a actual American, and by bloodline, not by sponsorship or anything like that. I feel like those people should get visas permanently, just like other countries give Americans visas permanently. For instance, when I spent time in Kenya, they were not offering me a citizenship. Not that I'm saying that I wanted it, but they would offer you a visa so that you keep paying into the country. Considering that we're paying, for some reason, we're paying all of these illegals and illegal activity or descendants of illegals, whatever you want to call yourselves, because it was all illegal. If you did not come here legally, if you are labeled incorrectly, that is illegal as well, regardless of if you did it intentionally or not. All of this is illegal stuff. And so I forgot where I was going with this, but they can't teach your children what they need in order to succeed in this society. If we've been giving them handouts, how are they supposed to teach your children on how to be successful with their mindset? Where the only thing that they have is they came here and they got handouts and they've gotten privileges that they didn't work for, deserve, and they're entitled. They think that this government just owes them something, and they're teaching your kids the same dangerous rhetoric. When, honestly speaking, as an American, a Black American as well, you're trying to live alongside the government. Because what a lot of people don't understand is the government doesn't take requests, really. I know y'all think they do. The government really does not care. The government is going to move in whichever direction is moving, and whoever's in the way gets dealt with. I'll just say it like that. Just pointing out, yet again, more news, dangerous tether tactics, and honestly, they don't value children much. They use them as shields and, things to get benefits and proper. If they would come all the way over here to have a baby just to live a better life, if they'll put their kids on TV just for a better life, if they'll sell their kids to celebrity for a better life, what other lows do you think these tethers will go? And yeah, those are not Black Americans, those are tethers. And even if they aren't tethers, they are COONs. They're not Black Americans, but regardless, you guys always find some melanated tether knockoff to do some foolishness that doesn't make sense even to a Black American. We don't play them games, especially with other people's children. Tethers.